Today we're going to be playing one of my favorite decks. It's been one of my favorite decks for like a year and a half since Kamigawa Neon Dynasty came out because of Jukai Naturalist, Kami of Transience, all these great things. This is the enchantment deck that's now been upgraded with a few extra tricks from Wilds of Eldraine. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be playing with the enchantment deck, but it's had a little bit of an upgrade. So the main idea of this deck is to get Calix out, because Calix is the king of enchantments. When he enters and when any other enchantment enters, you can put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control. And whenever Calix or any other creature that's enchanted does combat damage to the opponent, you can create a token that's a copy of any non-legendary enchantment that you control. So you can't copy Calix because he's a legendary, but everything else we have here there's an enchantment is a non-legendary enchantment. So we can copy lots of enchantments. We've got Jukai Naturalist, which makes enchantments cost less and give us lifelink. We've got Kami of Transience for trample, also gets +1 counters on it when we cast an enchantment spell, and if it goes to the graveyard, or if it's in the graveyard, and an enchantment goes to the graveyard, this comes back to our hand, so it keeps coming back. We've got Spirited Companion to draw a card. We've got Generous Visitor, which puts +1 counters on when enchantments are cast. We've also got Audacity, which is one that's been prevalent in these decks since Calix, because we can enchant a creature with this and we can give it trample and +2, which is great. It means we're going to do damage to the opponent more often, which means Calix will get to copy things more often. And also, as a bonus, when this goes to the graveyard, we get to draw a card. So drawing a card is always good. We've also got Takasha's Welcome, speaking of drawing cards, because whenever one or more creatures with mana value 3 or less enter the battlefield under our control, we draw a card, only once per turn, but all of our creatures here are mana value 3 or less, so every creature we have that enters will draw us a card. We've got Clotilda, Dawnheart Martyr, a flying lifelink with protection from vampires, and its power and toughness are each equal to the number of permanents we control, that's the spirits and or enchantments. Our Generous Visitor and Kami of Transience are both spirits. Our other creatures are enchantments. So, and obviously we have enchantments like Audacity and Takasha's Welcome. So Catilda's going to be big. And if they don't exile Catilda, if they kill Catilda, she goes to the graveyard. We can bring her back as an aura and enchant another creature and give that the bonus of flying lifelink and +X for the number of enchantments and spirits. So a great thing to bring back from the graveyard as a surprise, put on something like, well, anything, to be honest, even if it's a Spirited Companion, and start doing loads of damage with that. We've got Seal from Existence, which is an enchantment which exiles a non-land permanent an opponent controls until this leaves the battlefield. People would sometimes use Ossification in this deck, but because Ossification requires basic lands, and we have lots of non-basic lands in the deck here, I'm going to stick with Seal from Existence. So it's only 1 mana more, but it doesn't require basic lands, and it also has Ward 3s. If they're going to use like a Destroy Evil or something, it might slow them down a bit because they have to pay an extra 3 mana. So, and also, Ossification only hits creatures and planeswalkers. Seal from Existence could hit enchantments, could hit artifacts, it could hit battles if we wanted it to. It can hit basically anything apart from lands. So that's why we're running Seal from Existence. And then, yeah, we've got Calix. We've also got Archangel Elspeth. And the reason why we've got her here is because she can +1 to create a soldier with lifelink, which if we have Takasha's Welcome out, will draw us a card as well. And because it's +1, it means we can do this every turn, and there's no downside. So we're going to do that as much as we can. But we can also do -2, put 2 +1 counters on one of our creatures, and give it flying, and also make it an angel. But if we have an enchanted creature, or if we want to do this on Calix, we can get damage to the opponent a little bit easier if they have some blockers, if we have a flying creature. So it's going to help us get over their heads, hopefully. And if we do get to +1 lots of times, and we get to the potential of doing -6 with Elspeth, then we can return all non-land permanent cards with mana value 3 or less from our graveyard to the battlefield, and everything else we have here is mana value 3 or less. So that's lots of things we could return to the battlefield. Now, the new cards we have from Wilds of Eldraine. First of all, we have Royal Treatment, which is a protection spell. We used to use Tamiyo's Safekeeping in this deck, or Tyvar's Stand, which was from March of the Machine, I believe. But now we've got Royal Treatment. And why this is better is because it gives hexproof to the creature, which is fine, but it also creates a Royal Roll token attached to that creature. And when you create the Royal Roll token, that creature is now enchanted, which means Calix's line that says an enchanted creature does damage to an opponent. Now we can make our creatures enchanted at instant speed, so that can help us do extra damage to the opponent because we get +1/+1 as well, but also enable Calix to copy things more often. And speaking of copying things, we've got 2 copies of 3 blind mice in the deck because it makes 1/1 creature tokens, which works with Takesha's Welcome, but it also can be blockers and things like that, but it can copy tokens that we control. Now, if we can make a token copy of 3 blind mice, then 3 blind mice can copy itself over and over again, and we get infinite mice and infinite enchantments. Every turn, it's just going to exponentially grow, which means Calix will put +1 counters everywhere, and everything's just going to get huge, and we have trampling threats. We can trample with Audacity, we can fly with Archangel Elspeth, and we have Catilda as well. So there's lots of things we can put all these +1 counters on if we get infinite blind mice. So whether or not that happens today, I don't know yet. We will find out. Number of lands we've got in the deck, currently 22. Because everything's pretty cheap, the Jukai Naturalist makes all these other things cheaper as well. So we only really need kind of 3 mana to be able to cast anything. Well, 4 mana with Archangel Elspeth, but not very much. So we're going to see what we can do with that. We could add some of the new Capenna lands that could be cycled. Detmir's Garden could be cycled. So if we have too many lands in our hand, we can filter some away. It's something we could add to this deck. But yeah, that's what we're going to go with for now. So we're going to jump into some games and see how we do with the Royal Enchantment deck. Okay, so we get Visitor, Naturalist, Kami of Transience. We've got both our colours. Looking pretty good. Pain land's not ideal, but we'll work with that. Oh, we don't need to. Perfect. Okay. Even better. Well, we want the white, we need the pain land, but we'll see. What are we up against? Blue, white. Is it soldiers? Is it control? No. Okay. Interesting. So let's see if they want to trade. They don't want to trade, do they? No. So we're going to go with... let's get the Naturalist out first. They might want to block because Generous Visitor keeps adding +1 counters. If they have some other removal, then they probably want to save their Heartflame Duelist because it can give instants and sorceries lifelink, which I'm sure they want to do. They don't have any red mana though. I'm presuming they want to have some red mana. So we've got Calix we could do. Looking at the open mana, thinking they might have some counter spells, and if they're going to counter anything, I'd rather counter Kami of Transience, and because it paused for a second, I'm guessing they do have some counter spell. They obviously have something else as well. Quick study with lifelink. Interesting. So they probably have some damage spells in their deck, but I guess they just don't have any red mana. There you go, there it is. Okay, so here comes the damage. I'm going to try and put as much of a boost on Kami of Transience as I can, because if they kill that, it goes to the graveyard, can come back. Audacity is perfect, so let's go with Calix. See if they can counter this. If they can, I'm still going to do lots of damage. There you go. Yeah, make disappear. That's fine. Because we're going to still get loads of... let's go with Kami doing loads of damage. Let's go aggro. They can block the Generous Visitor if he wants, but he loses the Heartflame Duelist, and that's the only thing he's got on the board at the moment, so I'm okay with that if he does that. Anything that does 6 damage... No, but he might be able to bounce it with like Fading Hope kind of things. Might have any... I don't know. Any other removal with white. Probably not Ossification. Maybe more damage, instant sorceries rather than enchantments. Very interesting. Okay, well I can seal him from existence. And it's 2 white. So I'm going to put everything on Kami because he has trample. I don't even need to take out actually, because I can just do everything I need to do by attacking here. I even have Royal Treatment. Not that I need it, but let's use that new card, right? Okay. Right, this is not such a great starting hand. Really hate to mulligan. I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, that's better. And Elspeth can go away for now. Hello. Right, so let's go with white. We'll get a Naturalist down. Razorverge, that's good. Any counter spells? Spell stutter. Okay, we're against Faeries. And there is the Fairy. So, do I want to do a Calix now? While it's not... well, there's no... What's the word? Counter spells ready? I don't want to draw more cards. I'm going to go with Calix. They can kill him. I've got another one. So I'm fine with that. If they've got a fairy fencing. The blocker. Well, they need fairy fencing. It's fairy fencing. Okay. Do they have another counterspell? What should we go with first? Calix, that. Let's do Generous Visitor. I don't have a spell stutter, which makes me want to do this. It might have more fairy fencing, in which case, yeah. Let's make Generous Visitor more of a target than Calix. They're attacking again, so they must have something to kill one of them, or to block with, because otherwise, well, yeah, otherwise they could still, I guess, attack. But being able to copy enchantments is really going to help me a lot. Forager is going to do fairy fencing. Take out Calix again. There's the fencing. Probably Calix. Calix is the dangerous one, that's why. Audacity. Good. Let's draw a card. And let's get some damage through with Generous Visitor. Land is good. Audacity is good. They want to race. Let's race. And we have Royal Treatment to protect, if needed. They're doing 6, 7. We're kind of close. The race is close. They could easily have more fairy fencing. Another Halo Forager to get fencing again. Oh no, exiles, right? It exiles after you play it. Okay. They're going to keep it back to defend. They want to defend with the messenger. Okay. They're doing less damage to me. And the +1 counter goes on messenger? Yes. Yeah. Okay. So Generous Visitor gets a +1 counter when we cast an enchantment spell. Royal Treatment is an instant that creates an enchantment. It's not an enchantment spell, so it won't give +1/+1. But it's still good. Okay, so let's do Elspeth. If they have a counter, they'll use it here. They don't want me to have this. Sure, they don't want me to have this. Okay. So let's put +1 counters on the companion. Spread things out a bit. Also comes a flyer, so we can block. Edict. Sacrifice a non-token creature. Well, goodbye, companion. Goodbye, Elspeth, next turn. They're really going to block. Very mastermind. Blocked. Block with both. Ooh. Yeah, I can make it an 8/6, but it would still die, and they're going to lose both their creatures anyway, so I'm going to have to leave it as it is. Means I draw a card. They have a creature and I don't. And they can kill Elspeth. And they've got Talion, and they're going to name mana value 2, I imagine, or number 2. Yes, most of my things are 2. Even Calix comes in as a 2. There you go. They have named 2. So let's play a 1. And a 2. Yeah, so we lose 2 life. They draw a card. Yeah. Not looking good now that they got rid of got rid of the Calixes. That didn't help, right? Faeries can be tricky. And they're just racing. I'm dead next turn. Unless I have something amazing, and I don't. Yeah. Just cast some spells. I'm sure I've got to cast some green spells today to get some more gold. So, you know, make the most of this. While they make the most of casting their black spells for the day. And down to 9. Yeah, not enough. Okay. And we're missing green. Opponent's going first. I absolutely hate to mulligan, but we're going to have to. We've got 3 blind mice. Real treatment. Archangel. Going to put Elspeth away just because I've got 2 lands and she costs 4. It's not a great opening hand again. The opponent is taking all the time in the world. Okay. So we have black and white and legendaries. Wonder what this is. So they could have counter spells. They're all black. Okay. So should we just get more going? 2 blind mice are okay, but I'd rather get more pressure going first. Got royal treatment to protect something if we need to. White. They have some kind of depopulate. Maybe they'll have Sunfall next turn, that'd be bad. Bad time to play 3 Blind Mice as well if they might have Sunfall. But the fact they're not playing anything is making me slightly suspicious. Very suspicious. Well, let's attack first. Maybe it's just a Wandering Emperor. They got 2 white, haven't they? Yeah. There you go. Try and exile something, I dare you.
Now you've done it.
Which one?
That's coming off.
You'd like to exile that one? Well, no. You can't. Sorry. And then, okay. I mean, they might still have Sunfall. But, you know. Let's try and get some pressure going. We've got 6 damage going on at the moment. 2 Blind Mice, if they don't Sunfall now. If they have it, they'll use it. If they don't have it, they don't have it. Got another Emperor. Okay. Well, actually, they might not. I'm only saying that because why let one go, but if they did +1, I could have killed it next turn anyway. So, Blind Mice. Okay. So, just attack with everything. What do they want to block? They can block the Generous Visitor. They can play another Wandering Emperor. Go for the Throat. Okay. Well, which one on that one? Either one. And I make it hexproof, but the royal counter's kind of wasted because the other one goes to the graveyard, but they could then block the other Kami. They don't block the other Kami. Interesting. Okay. Alright, well, if still no board wipe, they probably wouldn't use go for the throat if they had a board wipe. Then 3 Blind Mice to grow both the Kamis. And hopefully, well, that'll be doing like 7 damage. They can block 2, so 5 damage. No lands, come on. No land. No, I could just do this. Is that better? Does more damage. There's 3 Blind Mice around, just in case. Just get rid of that. They could have another Wandering Emperor. What can you do? They might have loads of them. At the moment we have 7 damage going through. Must have something. Another Emperor. Oh? Very suspicious. They have nothing. They must have something they could do. Fiend. Okay, he's getting exiled next turn. Is that it? Only like what, 3 mana available? Okay. Well, let's see if this works. Well, hold on. We don't need to do this, do we? We could do anything. We could do Spirited Companion. All we need to do... Yeah, they might have go for the throat. I might regret this. But we grow both of them. We're going to take 5 damage. There's another land. Perfect. Do 3 Blind Mice as well. I mean, let's just play everything for the fun of it. Even if they can kill one of them, they're now both a bit bigger. Only got 2 mana available. Maybe they can kill one. If they can, they still die. What do they have? Guessing they have nothing. Okay, they have nothing. Cool. Okay, now we have all the lands in the world. Opponent's still going first. But we've got all the colours we need, so let's just get things moving. Against mono red. Okay, we have Catilda, so we want to get as many spirits and enchantments out as possible. They'll probably kill them all, but that's okay. Use up all their spells on killing them. Don't want to block, because Generous Visitor will add +1 counters on things. So even if they're coming out with a 3/3, don't really want to block. Which, you know, seems bad. But we can block with a companion instead. More lands. Do we want to attack? We're not going to block with it. But having the option to block with it, I guess. We're going to do everything with Catilda, so we need to keep something else alive. There you go, you're going to kill it. Okay. Gold Spirited Companion as well? No. Problem is, it's whenever a creature is dealt damage by a source they control, die, exile it. So we need to get rid of Kamano. I'm going to slow down the damage, but I'm kind of regretting this. It's not going great. So, okay. We're not going to use the Pain Land. So I guess we go Calix, and they need another Lightning Strike to kill Calix. And if they can't, maybe they'll leave a blocker behind. They need to play a creature this turn for Manu to do its thing. They haven't played a hasty creature. Holding back in case they have a play with fire for Calix. I don't want Calix to get hit. Just rage. Ooh, life gain needed. Okay. So, Calix is going to copy an enchantment. We are going to play Naturalist and 3 Blind Mice, I think. We're going to put a +1 counter on the Naturalist because we want to grow that as much as possible. Because we want to be able to block. And if they don't have something to hit Calix, which they don't, you're going to make infinite mice. Okay. Can we beat mono red by making infinite mice? Oh, they give up. Oh, come on. I haven't got started yet. Okay, right. Just Catilda. Okay, let's keep it. So we have spirits. We get a big lifelinky creature out. They're against black, so they're going to kill it, which is good because it will come back. Not that one. Okay, Generous Visitor. Could have attacked first. Should really attack first before you play out other creatures. Got Royal Treatment to protect Catilda if we want. These weird swamps. Iron Crag, okay. Is it going to be a turn 3 Shieldred from them? Maybe it is. Do we want to let Catilda potentially die? Or do we want to play it when we have protection? Let's go the protection way. We've got enough land, but we can also cast Catilda from the graveyard as the aura. This Nightmare is going to make us discard. Don't mind discarding the Brushland. Okay, Overgrown. And then let's attack first. Nothing from them. Right, we now have the Royal Treatment to protect Catilda if we want to. We need to. What kind of black deck doesn't have Go for the Throat? Sacrifice. Scry 2. They're looking for removal, I guess. Must not have it. They do kill Catilda and bring her back from the graveyard, but they just went top 2 with their Path of Peril. Mana value 2 or less. Catilda is mana value 3. Royal treatment will not protect them from that. It does make Catilda get very small, which means if they have a cut down or a Sheoldred's Edict, then she's gone. And I need another creature to play out because I can't play an aura out on nothing. So another creature, protect it. Catilda. Graveyard Trespass is going to eat Catilda. Yeah, it's not looking so good. Calix is good, but you know. Royal treatment to protect him. Gonna get lots of counters on him, but now I don't have any spells to cast, so it could go to nighttime with Graveyard Trespasser. And obviously with a Sheoldred I can't attack. You could kill him now. Got Ward 1, but they've got 5 mana available, so I'm going to stop a Go for the Throat, or an Edict, or a Gix's Command. Yeah, it's not looking so good. Hi, Calix. Eaten from the graveyard. Okay, Steal from Existence we can't do because it's Ward discard a card. Send it to nighttime. Now 6/6, eat 2 more creatures, taking 8 damage this turn. And Sheoldred. Wrinkles prank. Okay. Okay, never mind. On to the next one. Okay, 1 land. Terrible hand. Opponent's going first. Mulligan again. What is it today? Okay, keep 6. What are we keeping? Calix. Royal treatment. Maybe lose to Takesha's Welcome. I don't know. I'm expecting them to remove 1 Calix, so especially if it's mono black, because I hate mono black right now. Okay. So we're losing to black decks because obviously they're heavy on removal. Now have Dimir, so counter spells. But would they counter a Spirited Companion? Or are they going to play something else now? No, they're going with an underdog. Okay. So, no counter spells. Go with Spirited Companion, draw a card. We have the 3 blind mice, so we're going to do that again. Can we do that again to Dimir, like we did to Mono Red? Let's not block. Go to Shizuki, drawing a card.
I could sneak right by, but there's no secret
So, let's Brushland out. Right, so we can copy things with 3 blind mice. I guess we just want to get Calix out, even if it does get killed. We could grow him outside the range of a cut down at the very least. I mean, if they don't have Go for the Throat, might save Calix. Next turn, I can do 3 blind mice. I can attack with both. I can Royal Treatment if I need to. Or are they just going to wait and hold up a counter spell?
I'll be taking that now.
A tie. Kill something. Okay. Naturalist. So, 4 mana available. Jukai Naturalist, 3 blind mice. Calix, hold up Royal Treatment. Or Jukai Naturalist, then Calix. Doesn't hold up Royal Treatment. Yeah, tricky. Okay, let's go with... they're going to want to kill Calix, aren't they? Let's... Oh, there's lots of ways you could do this. Okay, we'll go with the Naturalist. And we'll go with Calix. Put the counter on Calix again, just because of cut down. Whether they even run cut down, who knows. But next turn, hopefully we'll get 3 Blind Mice and Royal Treatment. Means we'll get to copy it. If Calix survives. Down. I'm okay with that. As long as I don't have go for the throat for Calix. And I'm not blocking with Spirited Companion, I'll happily take the damage. Draw your card. Is it removal? They have a shield red. We've got Trespasser. Okay. Yes, I think it is. Okay. And 3 Blind Mice. They have 1 mana available. And they could do something that might be cut down. Okay, we're going to put the counter on. Does it matter? Spirited Companion. Okay, they have something, they're thinking about it. They could cut down. We're going to make him bigger. Make him bigger. It's +1. He's going to be a 4. He can't be cut down now. Calix is going to get bigger. And we attack with both. Because one of them is going to hit. And then we copy 3 Blind Mice. Let's put a... Copy this. Put a counter here. So it's still iffy. We could remove things, maybe. We're going to make 3 Blind Mice. We're going to make Blind Mice every turn. So, I don't mind if they kill Calix. I've got another Calix. What can they do? Can they beat the Infinite Mice? What on earth does this do? Put that many +1 counters on Spectrum Adversity. To that many target artifacts, creatures, and enchantments phase out? Are you kidding me? They have the perfect card that no one ever plays. They're going to phase out my mice? They are. Oh my goodness. Who plays this card? I have not seen anyone play this card in like a year. I don't know. What can you do? Okay, again, 1 land. What is going on? Oh my goodness. Okay, keep 6. I mean, let's... yeah. It's not ideal. I've never had mulligan so many times. Okay, so let's go with Companion to draw first. I know Generous Visitor will grow. But we really want to be able to draw lands. Not going to win on 2 lands. There's a land. Perfect. Okay. So, where should we go? Where should we go? Calix, then 3 Blind Mice. Maybe. Or Generous Visitor, Spirited Companion. Oh, yeah, we could go either way. Let's just go with Calix. Again, I could have put the +1 counter on Calix in case they've got cut down here. Although they didn't seem to stick before the +1 counter went down, so I guess they don't have cut down. Virtual resistance. Okay. So let's go with Visitor. And then Companion. Put +1 counters over here. For a card. Or land would be good. Do with another white. Smite. Okay. Audacity. Could go with Welcome, followed by 3 Blind Mice. It's going to draw us cards every turn. Could go with... let's see if they have counter spells. Of course they do. Still got the +1 counter though. Still got to do some damage. No more smites because it didn't stick there. Dusty. Okay. So let's go with Audacity. Put it on the companion. Let's put everything into this. I could do another one, but it's risky. Emperor.
Run away. You'll be safer.
And they want to exile this, but I'm saying no. Okay, been too badly considering. They can make a samurai to block. They lose the emperor. Oh, take out the companion. Okay. Draw a card from Audacity. It's another Calix, which is good. They've got the... Okay. So. Calix makes that 3. We need Audacity, really. That's not going to make it 3. Neither is 3 Blind Mice. Okay. Well, we've got to make the visitor big enough to punch through. And then, if we survive one more turn, one more land would be nice. Don't get it. Audacity can copy a non-legendary enchantment, or we could go with Generous Visitor. Yeah, I guess if we go with the Welcome now, we get to put +1 counters on the Visitor. Okay, still got the +1 counter. Now they need to block, because they're taking too much damage. We might get it on 3 lands against their 6. They get one more, they've got persistence. Not that they have any creatures in the graveyard. And we have like a couple of things, but not too much. They must have something good. They've got 6 mana, 3 cards. I guess they're just trying to figure out how to best use it. The Void Rent, go for the throats. Wandering Emperor. What else do they have? Thinking about it. Thinking a lot. Shiok. Okay. Interesting. They're making the nightmares. Right. So we can take out. This is good. This is good. 3 Blind Mice. Audacity. We're going to put the +1 counter on. Oh. This is a 3. I'm going to put Audacity on Generous Visitor. So let's give Calix some +1s. Audacity goes over here. And 5, 6, 7. They need to block that. Maybe I'm putting too much on one creature. Planet's going to get another one. Okay. Ashiok, do we care? No. The next turn we can seal from existence. Should have put one more on Generous Visitor, would have actually got the, you know, lethal damage. Let's make Infinite Mice. Song down on the mouse. And they fare well. Good card to have in an Ashiok deck. Void Rend, fine. Draw a card. Anything else? Void Rend, fine. Yeah, okay, we got you. And we're back after those games. We won 4 and lost 3, so it wasn't terrible, although a couple of times the opponent just seemed to pull out exactly what they needed to completely destroy us, which is, you know, it happens sometimes. So for this deck, the win rate I've got going on at the moment is between 55 and 60%, which isn't too bad in Platinum. It will rank you up if you play enough games. And the cards that did the most work for us, obviously Calix, but like 3 Blind Mice did some good copying for Infinite Mice. Royal Treatment did come in just in time a few times to protect us from Wandering Emperors and things like that. So they did a great job. Elspeth didn't get a chance to shine, but you can see where we're going with this. Give something +1 counters, they can fly over, they can copy something, and copying mice is good. If we can copy to Kasha's Welcome, then every time we play a creature, we're going to draw like 2 or 3 cards, as many times as we can copy this. But one other thing that I didn't get to show in those games is because 3 Blind Mice can make a copy of any token, we can make anything into a token, apart from Catilda being legendary. So with Calix, what we could do is make a token copy of Takasha's Welcome, and then with 3 Blind Mice, we could copy that to make a few extra tokens of that. So there are different things we could do with copying the tokens, and with more games to show you, you would see things like that happen as well, but we didn't have time today. So yeah, this deck's kind of expensive if you don't have the wild cards for it, because we have lots of rare lands in the deck. We've got Calix, who's a mythic and is not entirely pivotal to the deck, because we had some games where Calix didn't really do anything, and we still did pretty good with just like Trampling, Lifelink, Audacity. We did quite a lot even without Calix, but he really does make the whole thing work a lot better. And to top it off, this deck does pretty well against Mono Red, which is like the most annoying thing these days. Most people complain about it. It's kind of everywhere because it's really good, and it just got better with Wilds of Eldraine. So the lifelink helps us deal with Mono Red, and today, again, Infinite Blind Mice saved us from Mono Red as well. They just quit as soon as that happened. So that's kind of fun to see. We're currently about 80% win rate against Mono Red. So yeah, if you want to beat Mono Red, lifelink, lots of +1 counters, and copying Infinite Mice might be just the thing you need. So thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to leave anything in the comments, like if I made any stupid misplays, which happens. Let me know if you saw anything silly I should not have done. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on any future videos like this. And I will see you in the next one.